What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So, Producernoob, aka Josiah Music here. I'm about to announce the winners, but first I want to give some feedback on each entry. The first entry was submitted by Black Hood, and these are my thoughts on it. I thought this one was a solid entry. It wasn't my favorite, but it was far from being my least favorite. What I respect is how fast you were able to pop a meal like that out of the oven, because you honestly had the least amount of time as anyone else. I talked with you personally, so I respect how much you were able to put in such little time. The next entry was submitted by Big Stormo. As my little brother, I'm very proud to see your growth. You've come a long way as far as music production goes. And the only thing I'd really critique is the volume of what sounded like a flute being blown in certain parts of the beat. It's like, whoo, or something like, I don't know if it was like a flute or a whistle. It was dope, but it could have been mixed in a little bit better. Your mixes overall have definitely improved though, and I like the overall composition. Next up is Feezy. Your entry was definitely something that stood out. It was quite unorthodox, and I expected nonetheless from you because you won my last competition using the same type of unorthodox style. And yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. However, this time there was somebody else who came with unorthodox who kind of stole a little bit of the shine from me, but still a great entry. Like always, I appreciate how out of the box your style is. And whether that's the norm in Italy or not, the unfamiliarness I get from the vibes definitely work out in your favor. The next entry is Everett. No complaints, it's a solid entry. What I'm mostly impressed by you is your ability to flip any type of thing into your style. So it doesn't matter if it's classical, if it's, trap, whatever it is, like whether it's sample or just original composition. You're kind of like the Mayweather of music production to me. You stay in your pocket, A lot of people can do what Mayweather does, but nobody can really do it as good as Mayweather does it. Could be because I know you personally, but I know a couple of these entries personally, so I don't think it's me being biased when I say that. When it comes to your style of production, you're best at it, like, honestly. And I already told you I respect you for that. You definitely showed out. I appreciate it. I appreciate your entry. Next is somebody named Prod by White, as a younger producer. Your skills impressed me for your age. However, I do believe what held you back was the 808. I'm proud of your courage on entering, as you told me personally that you really were kind of intimidated by the other entries. So I encourage you to continue to be bold and step out and accept whatever happens, whether you win or you lose, take it as motivation. After Prod by White, we have Almighty Lee Productions, and you came with some heat. However, after revisiting the other entries, there were a few that the judges and I liked more. Excellent work though, King. Now, my thoughts on Essentiel. This honestly ended up being my favorite beat outside of Everett's. What I can appreciate is how like Feezy, you stood out, and you stood out a lot. Your entry felt like such a breath of fresh air to me, and the only thing I'd change is I'd make it longer so I can enjoy it more. And I feel like the other judges could agree. My thoughts on Reminiscent. It was a very chill, mellow vibe. I enjoyed it. You came shy from victory though, because it was just slightly too repetitive. Keep it up though. I'd love to see you in the future competitions, and I look forward to collabing with you. Don't forget we got that collab, son. My thoughts on Boogie Madison. Different, but a couple things didn't sit well with me sonically for some reason. I don't know, it could have been ear fatigue, but it just didn't sit well sonically with me. I appreciate the piano break though, and it was very soothing and it really helped switch the vibe. The piano break definitely worked out in your favor. My thoughts on Chronic. You're a talented producer. This arguably could have taken the cake in my opinion. There was just a little too good as far as like other competition. But well done, King. I could definitely see you winning one of my other competitions. You would have gave Feezy a real big run from his money in the last one if you were in that. My thoughts on Jay Harris: very excellent job, but I've checked out your other works and I feel like you could have gone harder. You're very talented. Keep it up, King. My thoughts on Kevin Cole: dope submission, man. Really dope. However, despite the niceness of the mellow lo-fi vibes, it wasn't first place material compared to some of the other entries. But keep it up as well, King. And lastly, my thoughts on Caleb, the M4A file that I was complaining about. Your entry was nice. I feel as though it was a little underdone. The highlight was definitely the switch up around the outro. I challenge you in the future to push yourself as a producer and really go hard, because it wasn't a lazy entry, but maybe because I know you personally or I've seen some of your other stuff, I feel like if you push yourself, you definitely could have came harder. But I appreciate you switching up and giving a Caribbean vibe to the competition. The competition was dope. Overall, I appreciate all the entries. And so, even though there's first, second, and third place, because it was so close and, everybody was so talented, we ended up picking 5 overall. So in first place, we have More Fun by Essentio. In second place, we have Feezy's entry. In third place, we have Black Hood's entry, known as Butterfly. In fourth place, we have Everett. And in fifth place, no bias, I promise, we have Midnight, submitted by Big Stormo. I just want to say I appreciate everybody who entered. I'm going to link everybody's social media pages. If you're in the top 3, then I'm going to be DMing you as far as your specific prizes. But I want everybody to know, and I just want to encourage everybody to keep going hard, because all of us are talented. All of us, are gifted producers. All of us shine in our own ways. We all have, what makes us stand out and are special. I appreciate the fact that there was nobody who lacked organic production. Everybody came with their own thing, and I really appreciate that. I want to say all praise to the Most High, of course, for giving me this opportunity. Thank God. And yeah, I hope everybody's new year is good. 2020 was rough for some people. So 2021, let's go hard, y'all. Can't wait for the next competition.